Today I'm here to finish the brick layered vessel that I'm making for Donna. This one right here. Right here. There it is. So today I'm in my shop and I'm going to be cutting some black walnut and maple into strips, and then I will start cutting it into segments to make a brick pattern utensil holder for Donna. Donna wanted another one for the kitchen, and that is what she wants, is a brick pattern one. It's going to be a little more difficult than most of them I make. It's going to take a lot longer, but I think the end result will be a lot better. Gotta love the smell of walnut when it's cutting. So for the vessel I'm making right now, I needed 8 rings made of maple and 9 rings made of black walnut at 24 segments apiece. That was 216 walnut segments. I cut 4 extra. When I was done counting there, that's why I cut the last 4 off of this stick here, is because I came up 4 short, so I cut extra. Excuse me, I came up 2 short, so I cut 6 extra. So this part was really noisy because the sander was kind of noisy, so I decided to just do a voiceover here. Anyway, I had all those 216 and 196 pieces that I had to sand to get all the fuzzies off, and this is the point where I did this. I have sped this up like 10 times normal speed. That's why everything's going so fast. So I just thought I'd let you know what's going on there, why there's no audio. So at this point in the video, I failed to explain what I was doing. I'm taking a piece of blue tape face up, and I'm sticking the segments and the spots in between with the little white maple parts to the tape, using the straight edge to keep them all in line. Once I get that done, I will put glue in between each one of them, use a paintbrush to push the glue down to the bottom to make sure it's got full coverage. Then I will take the tape and roll it up into a circle. After I roll it up into a circle, I get radiator clamps that I have put together. I got two of them, the two big ones that are put together. And I put that around the circle, and I use an impact to tighten that down to keep the gaps closed. Then I go and I put it over onto a table that I have set around the corner there so that I don't get it sticking to anything. I put it on this plastic table. It's kind of like glue resistant. This is where I'm using the brush, and I realize that this doesn't work so well because the brush gets all mushed up. So in the next one, I will be using something else. I'm trying different methods on each one because I've never done rings like this and never done this big of rings with that many segments. Each one of these rings right here is 48 pieces because there's 24 segments and 24 in-betweens. So that's what I'm doing at this point in time. And I have to do this 9 times because I'm making 9 rings. So at this point on the brick pattern utensil holder, I have gotten all of the brick pattern rings created. Now I have to create the ones that go between here that I will have to shave down to size to be the same width as these smaller ones. I'll show you a picture. That's a 1/4 inch. All right, so now I'm going to aim the camera down at where I'm working here, and I'm going to do the maple rings. I'm going to do a couple of them. I got 4 to do. Let me get this aimed. Mainly I'm just pushing it down towards the tape. Then we take a little bit on the end here. Just wipe it on there to get one on the very end. Then I come over here and I cut the tape that's holding it down off, flush with this block. I peel this tape off. Get my fingers unstuck. And we just start rolling it up. Once I get it rolled up into pretty much a circle, I have to press it down and then tape it across. Then I lay it down on the back side because that was the flat side. Put it around, get the wrench, or in this case an impact. So it's been a couple hours, a little over an hour, and I've got 3 of the maple rings glued up. I thought I would take one apart and show it to you. If I can get it to come apart. And untape it, if I can find the end of the tape. There it is. And there's one ring complete. I got one more I need to make. That's why I have to take them apart now because I need. So at this point, I have gotten all the rings made. I need to sand them down flat so that they will fit together smoothly and flat. And I'm going to do that on the drum sander. Let me get this thing positioned, get it turned on, sized, and get the dust collection on. And that is how you flatten the rings so that you can start making the stacks. Now I have to make a base to glue them to with a pocket in the back so that I can put it on the lathe and line these up with the other chucks, the two chucks on my lathe, so I can get it as close to centered as possible on the base. Today I'm going to start making the base for Donna's, as she calls it, crap catcher or utensil holder for the kitchen, the one that is the brick pattern one. I have all the brick pattern pieces all staged right here, getting ready to start gluing them together. And I found a piece of black walnut for the base. It's on the jointer bed right now. This is a joiner. It's for flattening wood. And that is the piece of black walnut that I'm going to be flattening. Let me get this set up here with the camera and I will get this recorded. Now with that operation done, we have one flat side and one flat edge. I can run it through the planer, flatten the other side, which I will do in a minute as soon as I get that set up. And I got to cut the other edge, rip it to width on the table saw. I don't know if it's recording or not, but I put the pink chalk on her to tell when it's flat. When the pink chalk is gone, it's flat. So at this point, I've planed one edge, jointed one edge and one side, and I planed the other side down parallel. Now I need to cut the far side, the rough side, to width, because the board is tapered. It's 7.5 on one end and 7 3/4 on the other end, and I made to make it 7.5 all the way across, just slightly under, because I need to take off the rough edge so that I have a good square board when I'm ready to work on it again, because I have to glue it up first on the side that I already jointed after I cut it in half. So here we go. I'm going to cut the other end off, the other side off. And that's how we get the other edge flushed up. Now I could run that through the planer again, get rid of that burn that's right there, but I'm not going to. It's good enough for me. Now I need to cut off about 10 inches of it. That's that. doesn't look like I want it to. Okay. Get this one out of the way. Planed, squared, and flattened. Now I just have to glue this piece onto there so that it will be big enough. I already got the glue and a glue brush. Gonna put some glue on here. Spread it around. I'm gonna set that down here. I don't care about these. And let's get this thing set in here. Line it up, give it a little bit of a wiggle. All right, and that's all there is to gluing up the board. I'm gonna just set this aside now so it can dry. About 24 hours from now, I'll be able to unclamp that. Hi, today we're in the shop. I'm at the lathe right here to the left of me. And we're going to start assembling the utensil catcher that's a brick pattern. I got to start by marking off the corners by turning the lathe on and getting it round with a pencil mark on there so that I go over to the bandsaw and cut off any excess that I need before I start gluing on the rings for the utensil vessel. Anyway, let me get this camera set up and we will get right into marking it, and then I will go over to the bandsaw and we will cut the corners off, and I'll come back and I will start gluing on the rings. Here we go. All right, we're at the bandsaw now. I got it all set up. I'm going to turn on a light. I'm going to start cutting off these corners. And there we have our round blank with our indent in the back for the lathe. Anyway, I got my setup set up here. I got the old chuck in the tailstock along with the large jaws with little rubber bushings in there and a ring on there. And I got the new chuck over here with the base plate in it, already turned round, excuse me, cut round. It is not turned round, it is still just cut round. And I'm going to put glue on this half. I'm going to put the camera over here so we can see what I'm doing. Put a bead of glue around it. And I'm going to use my finger to spread it out so it's evenly all over the whole thing. Need some light in here. I think it'll help. Then we slide it over here. Move the camera over this way. And I'm going to slide it over to there until it touches. You can see it touches, okay? Then we give this a little wiggle, and then I tighten up the tailstock and I just give it a little bit of pressure so we get some squeeze out, all centered around there. And we just let that set up. All right, we're back in the shop. I got the camera in a new location here. We're going to undo the clamp over here on this one. Come on, turn. See if we can just back this out of there. All right, we got that out. Let's move this back out of the way. Okay, so I'm set up in front of it now. I'm going to show you how much better it is as far as being true to a round, or being mounted as round as I can possibly get a 24-sided segment in here. So I turn it on. You can see it's fairly round. A lot better than when I did it freehand before. Put glue over here, and then I will slide this up and clamp it in place. Reason being is it's a lot easier to spin this than it is that. Also, I can see with the light when I'm spreading it around. All right. Get this slid up in here. A little bit of a wiggle to get it all spread around good. Clamp that in and give this a little bit of a tug. And there we go. The second ring is glued on. We will let that dry for half an hour, and we'll come back down and check on it and see how it looks. All right, we're back. It has been about another half an hour, and I've got the second ring on here. I'm going to release this chuck from it, and we'll take a look at it. First we release this, and then we screw this in, and we just back this up. And we get this out of the way. All right, so I'm going to turn it down on to what we're doing here. I'm going to run it so you can see how much the alignment, how much better the alignment is using the dual chuck system here. Turn your light on. So you can see that they're much better. I have a much better alignment between this ring and that ring on the lathe. And if I turn it on, you can see that it's fairly even to each other. I mean, it's like there's a little bit of out around, but not much. Nothing like it was before. So now I'm going to just let this dry for about 2 to 3 hours. And then I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to run the chuck back over here to hold this piece when I part it off. So I'm back in the shop now, and it's been about 2.5, 3 hours since I glued the 2 rings onto the base section. And now I'm going to part off the maple ring and the black walnut one that I glued on. This is what I'm going to be parting off, is this ring right here. I'm going to use this to catch it. So this is put on here so that when it jumps off, it will stay on there. So let's see what happens. Getting a little warm. And that's what I kind of thought was happening. It's going to get really warm, so we're going to have to finish this off with a saw. I'm going to back that out of the way. I'm going to get this out of the way. Almost through. And there we are. And we're going to just clean this up. Get it spread around, wipe off all the excess off my finger, get this slid up into place, clamp that in, make it touch a little bit, give it a little nudge, A little more. And then clamp it down tight. All right, we are clamped. We are tight. So we're back in the shop today. I've got some rings glued on the base, and the base is on the lathe, and I'm going to set you down so I can start turning it. I'm hoping this angle works out. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, let's get started on this. I'm going to switch to this one. Let's get it set up first. Okay. Well, that's pretty good right there. A little bit of a more in the bottom. Back to this one just to finish off the center part. About as flat as we're going to get it. All right, we're going to turn this on and turn it down really low. We're going to pre-finish the inside with lacquer. We'll let that go for a few minutes. Side here, I gotta get. There we go. And that looks beautiful, my friends. This is absolutely amazing. I had to keep it rotating though. Turn off the light. Let this run on slow speed for a while. And we're this is just the first turning. I still have at least another 5 more rings to do, at least. So we're back in the shop. I've got 4 more rings glued on, and we're ready to start turning the next section down. Let me get the dust collector open. That was a catch. Right there. Okay. sanding distance now. Turn it off for a second. Looks like good coverage. All right, gonna let that dry. So we're back again to turn the inside and the outside of the vessel. Only 2 rings left to turn on the outside, or the inside, and then I got the entire outside I have to turn yet. So we're going to start by turning the inside. Inside's all good now. Now we gotta do the outside. Now I need to move the camera. And we need our face shield. I think that's basically the turning done. I'm going to move you over here. I got to sand these hard corners off, and I need to do something with the profile here yet. I'm not quite sure what. Maybe I'll make a quick cove on her with the round a bit. That's pretty classy looking. All right, now the bottom. I need to finish the bottom. Actually, let me sand this up first. All right, we're ready for finish. Let's get some finish on this thing. I'm gonna turn this. No, I'm not gonna turn it off. I want to leave it on. Video and you like my content, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you will see when new videos come out. Today I'm here to show you the brick flavored